I just finished hiking the Pidurangala rock, and on my way to the hotel I see this guy just chilling. What's up people? Let me guess, you really want to rent this Ferrari but you have no idea how to drive it. If that's right, worry no more. I was in that same situation before coming to Sri Lanka, so I'm making this video to teach you the basics and give you all the game. But before I get into that, I want to let you know that I'm renting this from a company called TukTukRentals.com. They didn't pay me to make this video, and I'm only letting you know because I like what that company is doing. So if you want to drive a tuk-tuk here in Sri Lanka, you need to get a special license, and this company will sort it out for you and have it ready when you arrive, providing you at least book 2 business days in advance. They will give you a 1-hour driving lesson before the handover. Full insurance is included in the price, unlimited mileage, and if you need something while you're on the road, you can always just call them. They have a support team. But the main reason I rented from this company is because they're helping out locals to make money. Most of their 3-wheelers are not owned by them, they belong to local people here in Sri Lanka, so that means when you rent from them, you're actually helping out a local, which is awesome. So let's start. This is a Bajaj 3-wheeler with a 4-stroke 200cc 1-cylinder twin-spark engine, petrol, 8 horsepower. Top speed is 40 miles per hour, but the speed limit here in Sri Lanka is 25 miles per hour. This is the engine. It'll give you around 25 miles per gallon. The fuel tank holds 2.5 gallons, that's 9.5 liters, including this reserve tank. That means a full tank will give you 60 to 70 miles, and it'll cost you $8, so it's lit. This is the clutch lever, this is the accelerator, this is the front and rear brake in one pedal. On the side here is the handbrake, and this is the reverse gear. This handle here is the reverse gear, and here is supposed to be the kickstarter, but this one doesn't have it. Now the hardest thing about driving this is changing the gears. If you've driven a car with manual transmission before, you would have learned to find the balance between releasing the clutch and accelerating, and that's the same with this, and once you get the hang of it, it's super easy. The way you change gears is by squeezing this clutch lever and then moving it up or down and then releasing it. Neutral is between 1 and 2. You can see this little strip here, that's neutral, and then first, second, third and fourth gear. So right now it's in neutral. If you squeeze it and move it up 1 level, you're in first gear, and then second gear is 2 steps down past the neutral. I'm gonna play a video for you now to show you how to change the gears and drive, but before that I want to show you how to start the engine. So you just start it by turning this key, but you can see it's not gonna start. So what you need to do in that case is accelerate a little bit while starting, and that's it. So here's how to drive it. So now the engine's running. Squeeze the clutch, move it up 1 level to the first gear, release the lever just a tiny bit and accelerate. Squeeze it again and move down 2 steps past neutral to the second gear. Squeeze again, down 1 step. One more time, down to the 4th, and that's it. So basically, if you've driven a car with manual transmission before, you just have to pretend that this is your clutch pedal. On your first day of driving, or even until you're completely used to it, just release this clutch a little bit and accelerate quite a bit so you find the biting point easy. I have to say though, I heard there are some models where the neutral is not between first and second gear, and for those models the reverse gear is built into here as well. But in this one the reverse gear is here. So the way you would reverse is you would pull this handle up and then put it into first and reverse, and then when you're done just put it back down. And always check that you've released the handbrake before you start driving. So many times I've driven with the handbrake up, but it's happened to me in cars before as well, so it's fine, it's whatever. On steep roads, always use lower gears. And remember, this is a three-wheeler, so don't turn too sharp. This got less than half the turning radius of a normal car. So don't turn too sharp, especially at high speeds, because it can topple over. Remember, it only weighs 700 pounds. Sometimes you'll have come to a complete stop and it won't go back into first gear. It'll feel like there's a block between the second and neutral. It won't let you go back past the second gear. At the beginning when that was happening, I just turned the engine off with the key, because when the engine is off, that block is not there anymore all of a sudden. But after a while, what I started doing is just keep it in second gear and keep the clutch squeezed, and when I'm ready to move, it will set off from the second gear without any issues. But honestly, you'll figure it out very quickly. If you're watching this because you're planning to drive a tuk-tuk here in Sri Lanka, I have some advice for you. While driving, always be prepared for everyone around you to pull the most random move ever. People will literally cut in front of you and come to a full stop, or the big vehicles in the opposite lane will casually come onto your lane trying to overtake someone, even though there's no room for them to overtake. Sometimes even from around the corner, they just expect you to somehow give them way. And another thing I hate is the pollution. I recommend that you always wear a cloth on your face, because the buses and lorries will be blowing a lot of black smoke. For them, the exhaust is on the side, so if you're next to them at the traffic light, they'll blow the smoke right in your face when they set off. Even the ones passing you in the opposite direction. Lots and lots of smoke. The maximum speed limit here is 40 miles per hour, so try not to cross that. At the beginning, I was always keeping it in the third gear so I don't accidentally go over it. Even if you do get caught speeding, just slap them 500 rupees and there won't be any more talk or paperwork or anything. 600cc. Wow, man just got caught speeding. And this is the highway patrol bike.